YouTube as well. Welcome, everyone. We are live searching. I always do this because my boy thinks it's funny. I say, searching, searching, searching. That's what we keep doing day in and day out. It takes a lot of energy to search for something, it takes less energy to allow something to emerge. That's the difference. I was talking to a lovely young lady yesterday, and she says to me, "Oh, Angela, but I think they make fun of me because I don't have to study. It just comes. I don't have to open my book. And they ask me, how come you get good grades and you don't have to study? And I feel bad about it." This is what she said. And I'm like, but all that means is you have the ability, once you have learned something, to remember and to recall the information. Right? So she did have to learn it in the very beginning, but she has the unique ability to recall that information very clearly. That is her skill. That is her way. And here she is fretting that she feels bad because she doesn't have to study. And I said, but why should you feel bad? That is a unique way unto you that has emerged. You have to use the things that are there because they show themselves at every turn. They look like talents, they look like fancy skills. Some people have a heightened sense of intuition. Those things that we have, we don't have to go searching for them. They've always been there. You just have to allow them to emerge. If we pay attention, we will see them emerge. We'll see them. This is the key. It is the observation of self. Watch yourself. Learn yourself, and you'll begin to see what your skills are. And when you see what your skills are, oh, maximize it. Maximize their output. Practice, 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 and listen, hone that bad boy. Because that's you. That's your skill. Right? Because then we end up with things like, oh, I'm not as good as everybody else. I'm not like everybody else. Well, you can't be like everybody else. Everybody else is not seeing the world through your prescription lens. They're not. So when something shows you something about yourself, do it. These are usually good things that show up. I'm not talking about quote unquote bad things. I'm actually getting tired of using good and bad or positive and negative. What I'm saying to you is, where are you polarized? What direction are you pointing yourself in? The direction of aid, meaning you can help yourself, or the direction of victimhood, meaning you have to wait for somebody to rescue you? You don't. So which way are you facing? Because whatever direction it is, whatever pathway you're on, whichever polarity you're in, that is what you will encounter, as within, so without, as above, so below. So the direction that you have put yourself in to face is what you will see emerging from within yourself. You cannot draw out of something what is not within it. You just can't. It is law. So today you may have been searching for something for quite some time. You may have been searching. But dare I suggest, sit for a moment, and look at yourself. What is that thing you've been searching for? You can't search for it because it's already there. It's just that you haven't seen it. Ever lost your keys? And then You see them and you're like, I looked there. You were unaware of them. They haven't moved. You were not aware of them. You didn't see them. But what did you have to do? You have to stop being frantic about the thing and just sit there for a moment. And the image of the keys will emerge in your mind, because that's where you're focused, that's where you're polarized. But if we are frantic, frantically searching and seeking, because we heard that's the in thing to do, well, then the thing that we are frantically seeking becomes very elusive. As they tell you in Eastern philosophy, you'll find it when you're not looking for it. The very act of looking requires energy, but allowing does not require energy. Allowing something to emerge does not require energy. Not in this, it requires less than you ripping up the place looking for something. But if you stop what you're doing and you say, show me, you actually have to stop moving so quickly, so frantically, and churning up. Remember the small child in their galoshes in the puddle after the rain. You're out here stomping in that puddle because it's fun. But you can't see your face when you stomp. But if you stop stomping, all the stuff settles to the bottom. And the clear water was always there. That beautiful mirror was always there. And all it took was for you to stop moving and allow the image to emerge, because you're looking in that water. All you had to do was stop moving. The water was always clear. It was always clear. The sediment fell to the bottom without any effort at all, because gravity, it just fell to the bottom. And your beautiful self emerged. That's all. So instead of searching, instead of searching for the thing, you ask, what are you looking for? Give me the image of what you want me to find. And then it fetches it for you. See, less effort. These are things we do naturally, right? I trust it makes sense today. Whatever it is that you're seeking, allow it to emerge. All that is required is the image, because when the Batmobile has been projected into the air, Batmobile, he's got wings right now, the insignia, when that is projected into the air and you can see it, that's all you need to do. Project it. And then what happens? He shows up, doesn't he? Did you have to go looking, or did you put the signal out? What was the signal? The image of the thing. The image of the thing. You didn't have to run down every dark alley to find Batman. No. You just threw the sign out. This is the same principle that we use for simplicity's sake. This is why Neville always says, why do we make things so complex when they're simple? You don't have to fight and claw and struggle for it. Just know what it is and project. This is the law of gender. The image projected. Remember, you have to think about that. You have to think about it to get the image. What do you want? You got to think about it. And once you've thought about it and you are clear, now you have projected the image out from the conscious mind, masculine, into where? The feminine subconscious mind. And what happens? What does she do? She brings together all the necessary pieces to give it life and form. That is the law of gender. So you see, the work or the effort required is to know what you want and project it. Period. And then all of these, oh my God, what a coincidence, show up. Did you have to do anything to bring about that coincidence? No, the coincidence emerged. Why? Because you were polarized in the direction of the thing. That image draws unto itself its own fulfillment, which means the thing that you have projected, the bat signal that you've projected outward into the world, it is seen, and then what happens? The message has been sent, and you wait right where you are. You put the signal out, so it's coming to you, right? It's coming. And of course, you'll be inspired to do something, to move, to act, because it will look like a coincidence, a synchronicity. And you follow it because you are looking, but not searching frantically. You see it once it has emerged, and then you say, eureka, and you take advantage of it because you can see it now. And you maximize its use. This is the whole purpose. But heaven forbid something should be so simple. Oh, if it's that simple, then something must be wrong with it. And that's why there's so much unnecessary struggle in the world as we speak. Simply allow what it is that you are looking for to emerge. If you say, like I always say most every day, I don't know what to make for supper. But then I was out running errands. And I'm sorry for all of the vegetarians and vegans, but every man awakens in their own time. I just happened to be waiting for the guy to bring me the cream so I could make butter. And as I was standing there, I looked because I'm trying to pass the time as I wait. And I see this beautiful piece of steak. Now, we don't normally eat it. Good Lord, no. But the marbling was absolutely amazing. I'd never seen such beautiful marbling in steak. And as soon as I touched it, bam, there was an image in my mind, a bed of arugula with steamed carrots and beets and the steak. And I said, well, I guess I know what we're having for supper. And it just emerged. And wouldn't you know it, somebody who said to me, who's always picky, no names shall be called, Noah, after he had it, he goes, Mother, that was amazing. I said to him, was it now? Listen, all I did, I was just waiting around for the guy to bring me the heavy cream. And so instead of, what am I going to make for dinner? And fretting and being frantic about it, I was just, as they say, lollygagging. And it emerged. Period. You know, if you hear snoring, that is my boy, but I digress. What I'm saying to you today is allow what is within you to emerge. It is there, it is natural, but it is good. If I tell you that it is good, right? And you tell me, but what about the potential I have for violence? You already know the very second you asked that question that it was not good. So why would you entertain it? Do you understand the difference? You do not have to be afraid of those kinds of things coming out of you because that is not your actual way of being. That is a way you have been conditioned to be, but you can override your conditioning. Well, of course you can. How do you override your conditioning? By knowing what it is that you want, finding an alternative. You do not have to go along with the status quo. Because I suggest violence to you does not mean you have to do it. So don't say, well, what if bad things come out? Who told you something was bad? Hmm? Who told you something was bad? That's my point. Bad was introduced. There was only ever good to begin with, and good will always emerge from you first. Good will always emerge from you first, because that is the natural order of things. That is law. It is law for good to come forth first, only actually. But when we allow ourselves to be conditioned through either fear or anger, any powerful emotion, well, now we have now given the subconscious mind a new impression. But we don't always have to follow through. Once you see the expression of something and you deem it, ooh, that's not a good place to be polarized. Well, then where would you like to be polarized? You see, you can change within an instant. That is the beauty of the law. Allow the goodness that is within you to emerge. Just let it. Oh, but I don't know if you know George, Angela. There's nothing good about him at all. And have you seen Sue lately? Nothing good about her either. Well, let me tell you a little secret. Come a little closer. You will only see what it is that you are looking for. If you see the bad, remember the lens. If you are looking for the bad, you will see it. So don't project bad into somebody. See the good first, because that's what and all there is. And then you will see the good in others. They will also see the good within themselves. It is law. As within, so without. You see, the quote unquote bad wasn't there to begin with. It was put there. The good didn't have to be put there because it is who and what you are. And if you would but allow it to emerge, you don't have to go searching for your goodness. It's already there. It truly, truly is. But you won't know until you allow it. Right? Don't struggle and fight. It's like labor. Go with the flow of that. Because when you fight and struggle, you make it harder. You just do. So, whatever that thing is you are searching for, so long as you know what it is, project it outward. Because you do naturally anyway. You call it an idea. Oh, I should try this. The moment you say, oh, I should try that, bam, you've already projected it out. You've been masculine. And then the subconscious mind has accepted it because she does not discriminate. She doesn't discriminate. She says, oh, this is what we're doing. And all the pieces come together and it is done. See? Simple. Easy as pie. But it is practice, isn't it? It's practice because we've been taught. We've been taught to the contrary. Oh, nothing comes easy. If it comes easy, it can't be good. And what were you taught? To mistrust your own self. But that's what you were taught to do. How do you know if it's good or bad? You have this intuition, that still small voice within that tells you. How do you know it's speaking? Because you will respond with, oh man, I should have listened. Or you will respond with, whew, I'm sure glad I listened. One or the other. But that is how you recognize your still small voice within. You don't have to go looking for it. It always speaks to you, always speaks to you. But we've been told, well, you can't listen to that voice in your head. And as I told you, only good emerges. You know what good is. You do. You do not be afraid of the good. It is there because that's all you are in the first place. Goodness. Oh, but Angela, have you seen the state of the world? How can you possibly say I'm only good when there's such atrocities going on? But that's simple. We've allowed things to be projected into our subconscious minds, and then we think that that is who we are. When in actuality, it is contrary. You know it as well as I do. When something is contrary, what it feels like to your body. You know what it feels like. So, today, because I shan't keep you long, let's take a moment, shall we, to welcome everyone to the space. Ah, V22. I think it's all your photos and images that you put up that inspired that day with the marbling and the beef, but I digress. Hey, 3, Jeff, darling. See, staff, this Twitter room is bumping today. It is so good to see you all. It is. Who is here on Facebook? We got Indy, YouTube, Goddess Pure Diamond. Hello, darling. The Better Man says hello, Angela Beyonce. You're so funny. Sugar Visions, Renee, Shea Butter, Liza, darling. A Not, Wealthy Supreme Rico, Sonia. Now, I haven't seen Cyber and Brazella, Synovia, but they could possibly be part of the replay gang. I see you, though. Fanbase, Zola, Oracle Treehouse, Miss McQueen, Ali, Coach, L, Summer Rose, Flo Smiles, My Melanin, KZ. You know, this is probably bad, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Afternoon Delight. That's my girl. And Empress, you made it. It's so good to see you. So, my beautiful friends, today remember, allow the goodness and the beauty, because that is all that was made, to emerge from you. Allow it to emerge from you. Whatever that thing is you're looking for, or you're looking for confidence, it is already there. Well, how do you know it's already there? It's just that something happened that clouded your eyes. Whether you heard, oh, don't do it like that, do it this way. Or you'll never be as good as them. Oh, what did that phrase do to you? It smothered your confidence. So that tells you your confidence is already within you. So if you allow it to emerge, instead of jumping in the puddle, which means you are replaying what you've, every time you want to go do something confidently and boldly, you are replaying or stomping in the puddle of, don't do it like that, do it like this. You're not as good as that person. Oh, that's the stuff in the puddle you're churning out. They're called memories. But memories are funny things. Sometimes you can remember something and it didn't happen that way. Oh, so now, Angela, you're going to tell me that my memories are false? No. What I'm trying to tell you is your memory is not a good indicator of what you actually are. It's just a reminder of what you were told. Two separate things. What you were told, because you can remember that, is not what you actually are. So the thing that you were told simply poured a blanket over top of your confidence and your self-esteem. But if you would be so bold as to shrug off what you heard, my word, you'd never believe the confidence that you actually had. But here's the question: how long will you languish underneath the blanket of memories of what you were told about yourself? No one can tell you. You've got to see it for you. Hmm? You have to see it for yourself. Oh, but I'm scared. You were taught to be scared. That's not actually what you are. You are actually courageous. Truly. I want you to think about it for a moment. Everything that hinders you right here, right now, right? Where did it come from? That little thing in the back of your mind that is a memory. Somebody somewhere, they may not have even said the words to you because actions. Some of us had grandmothers who could look at you and you knew exactly what they were thinking. Or you may have heard, bless your heart, you poor thing. You may have heard that. And then you come along and you begin to think that what that person is saying is fact or gospel when they can only tell you what lens they're using. That's all they're doing is telling you the lens that they're looking at you through. They're not telling you who you are. You are the determining factor as to who you are. So this morning, if you are searching for boldness and courage and confidence and love and self-esteem, they are already within you. It is just something has it hidden from your eye. And it's usually in the form of, really? You're gonna wear that? You're gonna do it like that? Well, you can't cook as good as this person. You can't do it as good as that person. Oh, but look at how popular they are. All of those little tiny blankets that have been laid on top of what you actually are. So you have two choices: carry on as you are and languish, or recognize that you just have to shrug. What did Mariah Carey say? I gotta shake you off, cause the love ain't the same, right? She said, I gotta shake you off. I have to do what? Shake you off. So that you can do what? See who you actually are. So today, do not allow that blanket that has been put over top of you. We call it a wet blanket for a reason, because it smothers. So if you know that that thing is smothering, well, then it's truly just smothering what you actually are. So you don't have to go out there and, I like to say, dance naked in the moonlight to bring about confidence. Allow it to emerge because that's all there is to you anyway. Confidence. You learned how to not be confident. So, searching, searching, right? Put out the image of what it is you are seeking and allow it to show you itself. You know how they tell you put some elbow grease in it when you're first learning how to do dishes and you got the scurrying pad and all you hear is, come on, put some elbow grease into that. Effort, effort, effort. Then if you just soak that pan a little bit longer. Of course, if you're anything like me and you've burnt the pan too much, no amount of soaking and scrubbing will bring it back to its original form. Unless if you know a secret, let me know. But that's me on some occasions, right? When I've allowed my focus to be taken somewhere else, I'll burn things. That's bad, right? So simply accept, receive it without question. that there is goodness within you, that there is confidence and love and self-esteem. Oh, and happiness too. We're on a roll, so you may as well accept it. It is already there. Because think about it, something came along and made you feel sad. What? Something came along and made you angry. Was that a thought, a memory, or a projection from someone else? You see how easy it is for a projection to come along and polarize you? That's what I'm trying to tell you today. It is simple, these things, but we try so hard to make them complex and difficult because allegedly, if you don't struggle and prove your worth, well, then you can't possibly have any value. Allegedly. Says who? Says who? The person who has the ability to see a pattern and can fully use that to their advantage. You're trying to tell me that they didn't have anything to contribute? They just made things easier for the rest of us because they have a skill. But you see, we don't want to allow somebody to use their skill because we are too busy allowing our own skill to remain hidden from our eyes. And then we have the audacity. Listen, I told you you were already bold. Then we have the audacity to say, you make it look so easy. How about, you see, judgment is a funny thing. It smells bad. How about, instead of judging how easy it is for someone else, how about we discover what we do easily and do that? Because there is something that you have within you that you do so beautifully. How you gonna see it if you're busy looking somewhere else? But I digress. I don't want to step on any toes today. You know how it is. Because think about that. You only heard to the contrary. I know people who are just so super talented. But what's the first thing they say? Who, me? Oh, please. I can't. I don't know how. What if I get laughed at? But then, within the same breath, why does nothing ever go good for me? Why can't things come easily to me? Things already do come easily to you. It is just your unwillingness to accept it and use it. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say to you today. Joaquin. Oh, you're not late, handsome. You're right on time. You're right there, right when you needed to be. Right? This is what I wanted to remind you of this morning. Allow it to emerge. But before it does, know what it is that you're looking for. Because then that makes things easier for you. Easier, easy and effortless. If you think about it, every cause has its effect. Cause does not have to look for an effect. It doesn't have to struggle, it already has one. And the effect, well, already has a cause. As within, so without, as above, so below. Simple things. So simply allow what is in you to emerge without fight and without struggle. It is already there. It's already there. Seriously. Your strength is already there. But something makes you feel weak. I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. Yeah. Why? Because the image across the room, yeah, something made you feel weak. That means you're already strong. Well, don't take my word for it. That would be hearsay. Go out and experience it for yourself by allowing it to emerge. Indeed, Joaquin, divine time, always. Let's get the bowl, shall we? 'Cause I don't want to keep y'all, because you know how it is. I'm here, you're here, and we remain. Because somebody is chatty. I don't know who that is. But let's get the bowl. I just love you guys so much. I just do. Let's get the bowl. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. V22, 3, and Jeff, thank you all for being here, and you know I love you. I'll see you later. Much love to you all, Twitter. Twitter is closed. YouTube and Facebook. Man, you know I love you all. Joaquin and Goddess Pure Diamond, The Better Man, Sugar Visions, Renee, Shea Butter, Liza Darling, A Not Wealthy Supreme Rico, Sonia. I see you all. I love you and thank you for being here. Indeed. And for the replay gang, we'll catch you again.
Hey, you know I gotta say what up to Welcome.